Most people live their lives stuck in neutral, coasting, settling, and convincing themselves that good enough is acceptable. But here's the cold truth. Good enough is where dreams go to die. If you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, "Is this all there is?" then this message is for you, because staying average isn't just playing it safe. It's a slow, quiet surrender, and I refuse to let that be your story. You see, mediocrity doesn't knock on your door and introduce itself. It sneaks in. It starts when you let yourself cut corners, when you tell yourself, "It's just this once." But every time you settle, you're writing another chapter in the story of almost successful, almost disciplined, almost proud of yourself. And here's the kicker. Life doesn't hand out awards for almost. So the question is, how long are you going to let almost be your legacy? Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. Demanding more from yourself isn't comfortable. It's waking up earlier when your body screams for 5 more minutes. It's saying no to distractions when everyone else is chasing instant gratification. But here's the thing. Comfort is a liar. It tells you to stay safe, stay small, stay the same. And you're not built to stay the same. You're built to evolve, to break barriers, to rise above average. So I'll ask you again, how much longer are you going to betray your potential? See, most people will never get this. They spend their whole lives negotiating with their excuses. "I'm too tired. It's not the right time." But you have a choice, a brutal, beautiful choice. You can either join the masses who live and die in mediocrity, or you can break free. But freedom comes at a cost. It demands sacrifice, discipline, and relentless action. Are you ready to pay the price, or are you content with being another cog in the machine? You have to stop waiting for motivation. It's a liar, a no-show. You can't sit around hoping for the perfect moment, because that moment doesn't exist. You know what does exist? This moment, right now. And it's slipping by while you're debating with yourself. The real winners, they don't wait for motivation. They create momentum by showing up day after day, no matter how they feel. That's how you separate yourself from the mediocre. You don't need a spark. You need to ignite your own fire. Look, comfort is the silent killer of ambition. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you've done enough, that you deserve to take it easy. But here's the truth. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. You want more out of life? Then you have to demand more from yourself, relentlessly. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The difference between extraordinary and ordinary is that little extra you put in. You don't get to live an extraordinary life by doing the ordinary. You earn it by pushing past the pain, past the excuses, past the urge to quit. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency, grit, and a refusal to settle for mediocrity. Think about this. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall of your own mediocrity. Every time you say, "I'll do it later," you're building that wall higher. And one day, you'll wake up trapped behind it, wondering how you ended up living a life you never wanted. The world doesn't care about your potential if you don't put in the work. Talent is overrated. You're not going to outshine anyone with potential alone. You need discipline, action, and an obsession with progress. When you fall, and you will, it's not the fall that defines you. It's what you do after. Do you get back up, or do you stay down, convincing yourself that life is unfair? Now let me ask you, how many more days are you going to waste convincing yourself that comfort is happiness? How many mornings are you going to wake up and live the same day over and over again, while secretly wishing for more? The truth is harsh, but it's simple. Comfort is the slow death of ambition. Mediocrity is the reward you get for choosing the easy path, for settling instead of striving. But here's the good news. You can burn it all down today and rebuild stronger. You can demand more from yourself. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, right now. Rip the chains off and rewrite your story. You don't need permission to level up. Nobody's coming to save you. No one's going to show up with a blueprint for greatness wrapped in a bow. You have to save yourself. You have to become the person who gets up when it's hard, who fights when it's painful, and who demands excellence when the world would rather you settle for scraps. This isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving it to yourself. You're capable of more, so much more, but you'll never see it if you keep playing small. Demand more from yourself, not out of desperation, but out of respect for the person you have the potential to become. So, here's your choice. Stay the same or break free. Keep keep settling for mediocrity or demand the life you know you're capable of. There's no shortcut, no magic formula, just you versus the excuses that have been holding you back. Burn them to the ground. Get up, show up, and keep showing up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because every time you refuse to quit, you get one step closer to the life you've been dreaming of. The world doesn't need another person who almost made it. It needs someone who refuses to stay average. It needs you at your strongest, your fiercest, your most relentless. So stop negotiating with mediocrity and start demanding greatness. You're not here to coast. You're here to conquer.